I am telling you right now, Friday's General Hospital spoilers are about to explode with a shocking betrayal, a terrifying kidnapping, and one brutal twist that nobody saw coming. And just when I thought Jocelyn's nightmare couldn't get any darker, the truth starts getting exposed in a way that could destroy Sunny, Carly, Britt, and everyone connected to this deadly mess. I begin in Port Charles, where the tension is already boiling before anyone even realizes how dangerous this day is going to become. Jocelyn is missing, Carly is spiraling, Sunny is ready to strike, and Britt is about to unleash a rage that could shake everything. I can feel the pressure building from every side, because this is not just another family crisis. This is a trap, a setup, and possibly the beginning of something far more sinister than anyone expected. First, I have to talk about Molly, because she may accidentally become the person who lights the match. Molly overhears a conversation between Rick and Ava, and from what she hears, it looks bad. Really bad. I can see why Molly would immediately suspect that Rick and Ava are working together against Sunny. The timing, the secrecy, the way everything sounds behind closed doors, it all screams betrayal. And once Molly believes Sunny is being targeted, I know she may feel like she has no choice but to warn him. But that is where the first twist hits, because Sunny may not even need Molly to tell him anything. I think Sunny may already believe Rick has betrayed him, and that is a dangerous place for Rick to be. When Sunny feels betrayed, he does not sit quietly and wait for explanations. He moves. He reacts. He makes people pay. I can imagine Sunny telling someone that Rick crossed a line and that Rick needs to face consequences for everything he has done. The anger in Sunny could push him straight toward Rick, and I would not be surprised if things turn physical. But here is the brutal truth. Sunny may be making a terrible mistake. Because what if Rick did not actually betray him? What if Sunny is being manipulated? What if the entire situation has been twisted so that Sunny attacks the wrong person at the worst possible time? That is the kind of mistake Sunny does not easily recover from. If Sunny goes after Rick and later finds out Rick was innocent, the guilt could hit hard. And worse, the real enemy would still be out there, watching Sunny waste his rage on the wrong target. Then everything shifts when Sunny receives new information. I believe this is where the missing Jocelyn storyline begins crashing into Sunny's world. Once Sunny learns that Jocelyn may have vanished, I expect his focus to change instantly. No matter what problems are happening with Rick, Ava, or anyone else, Jocelyn being in danger is a crisis that pulls everyone into survival mode. Sunny knows what happens when enemies use innocent people as leverage. And if Jocelyn has been taken, then whoever did this may have just made a deadly enemy out of Sunny Corinthos. Meanwhile, Carly is already consumed with fear, and I can understand why. As Jocelyn's mother, Carly is not going to think calmly when her daughter disappears. She is going to look for someone to blame, and right now, her eyes may land directly on Brennan. Carly may believe Brennan targeted Jocelyn as revenge, and honestly, I can see how she gets there. Brennan has already been involved in situations where people disappeared, and Vaughn's vanishing still hangs over everything like a warning sign. But the situation gets even more twisted because Brennan recently discovered Carly's affair, and he was furious. That gives Carly a motive to suspect him. In her mind, Brennan may have taken Jocelyn to punish her. It is terrifying, it is personal, and it feels exactly like the kind of revenge Carly would fear most. But the problem is, Carly may be wrong. Brennan might be guilty of many things, but he may not be guilty of this. And if Carly spends too much time blaming the wrong man, Jocelyn could run out of time. That is where Valentine enters the search, and I think this part is huge. Valentine may start helping Carly find Jocelyn, and with his intelligence connections, he could uncover something nobody else can. I believe Valentine may be the one who discovers that Windermere is connected to Jocelyn's captivity. And the moment I hear Windermere, I know this is not a normal kidnapping. That place carries secrets, danger, and history. It is the perfect location for someone who wants to hide a prisoner and keep everyone else guessing. But finding Windermere is only the beginning. The real question is not just where Jocelyn is. The real question is who took her there, why they took her, and what they plan to do next. Valentine has to solve that before he can truly save her. Because if he rushes in without understanding the trap, he could walk straight into one himself. And knowing Port Charles, there is always a second trap waiting behind the first one. Inside her nightmare, Jocelyn is terrified, and I do not blame her. She may realize that she is not just being held hostage. She may be in danger of being silenced permanently. Jocelyn knows too much, and that makes her valuable and expendable at the same time. She warns Cassius that Sonny, Carly, Brennan, and many others will never forgive him if anything happens to her. She tries to use the weight of her family and allies as a weapon, but Cassius does not seem afraid at all. That is what makes Cassius so chilling. He does not panic. He does not back down. Instead, he may taunt Jocelyn, almost enjoying the fear he is creating. That tells me Cassius either has protection or he believes he is part of a plan too powerful for Sonny or Carly to stop. And that is dangerous, because a man who thinks he cannot be touched is capable of anything. But then Britt enters the chaos. And this is where the anger truly erupts. Britt finds out about what happened to Jocelyn, and she is furious. I can picture Britt confronting Cassius, demanding answers, and refusing to accept his lies. Cassius may claim that Jocelyn has simply been moved to a secret location and that she will not die. But I do not think Britt believes a word of it. She knows too much. She understands that people like Cullum and Sidwell may also be targeting Jocelyn, and when too many dangerous players want the same girl, survival becomes almost impossible. And then comes the darkest twist. Jocelyn may beg someone to release her. It could be Cassius. It could be Pascal. It could be anyone standing close enough to hear her fear. But I do not think mercy is coming. Instead, Jocelyn may be injected with something that knocks her unconscious, and that changes everything. Because this no longer feels like a simple kidnapping. This starts to feel like an experiment, a transformation, or a horrifying attempt to turn Jocelyn into a second version of Anna. That possibility is absolutely chilling. If Cassius and his group are not just holding Jocelyn, but trying to control her, alter her, or use her as a weapon, then this storyline becomes far bigger than one missing woman. It becomes a full-blown conspiracy. Carly thinks she is looking for her daughter. Sonny thinks he is hunting a kidnapper. Britt thinks she is trying to stop a murder. But the brutal truth may be that they are all too late to understand the real plan. By the end, I am left with one terrifying question. When they finally find Jocelyn, will she still be the same person? Or will the woman they rescue from Windermere be someone completely different? And if Britt discovers that Cassius lied to her face while Jocelyn was being drugged and prepared for something unthinkable, I have a feeling her rage will not just expose the truth, it may start a war. But that is not all. Because Sonny may still be chasing Rick, Carly may still be blaming Brennan, Valentine may be walking into danger, and Jocelyn may be slipping deeper into a nightmare she cannot escape. And just when everyone thinks they know who the villain is, I believe the real mastermind may still be hiding in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal the most shocking betrayal of all.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.